I had a whole cheery intro planned out, and it was immediately eliminated by the fact that I just remembered that Twitch autocorrects any sort of text emojis to the unholy robotic emojis, so that gave me a jump scare. Welcome back to another session of level grinding. As usual, I'm your host, YellowFang42. I got traumatized by the conversion of emojis. Let's just jump right into it. As per usual, every Monday is a busy and chaotic day, and once again I have triumphed over the day and managed to complete all of the tasks that I have given myself, including but not limited to home and lawn care, feeding myself, ensuring that the public library doesn't lose its materials, and other joyous things. It's been quite a day. Been quite a weekend, too. Quite a weekend. Long story short, got to see family. It was great. And now they are gone. And it is back to the usual suspects. Including me. Getting beaten the tar of by the Dusks so then I can get more XP out of them. Ooh boy, 30,000. Woo! If I recall correctly, we were dealing with about 33,000 or something like that. No, that's too many. Maybe like 31 or so. At the end of when we finally leveled up on Tuesday? Tuesday. Either way, we've got quite a ways to go, about 7 to 8 sessions total, depending on the length of sessions and how many XP we get out of them. But I am looking forward to another round of that journey. Man, that emoji is pissing me off, thanks Twitch. I wish you wouldn't auto-convert that. Bleh. Ah! And they're doing their usual squiggle patterns. It's great. Ah, could go out of that. Words. Funniest thing, I thought about picking up one of the books that's on my shelf and trying to give y'all an existential crisis. And then I took one look at it and thought, this thing's kind of outdated. I should probably go through my shelves and deal with the books in my collection, see if the library might be interested in anything on what I want to remove from my collection of books. It's not the Java one. I'm not getting rid of that. It's fine. Just a couple of other ones. Just a couple of other ones that aren't much use to me now. But instead of an existential crisis, guess who watched another couple of Star Trek episodes today? Me. It was great. I can sum up both of them in, I think, one joke sentence. One of them is, Data says, screw the Prime Directive, and then the other one is... and then the other one is Q is a menace. Those aren't the actual titles of the episodes. That would be Pen Pals and Q Who, respectively. Those are the ones. They were the last episodes on the 4th disc of the 2nd season. So that's all fine and dandy. I'm slowly working my way through the 2nd season. I might give myself a slight break and just wait until I am craving more episodes before I start watching season 3, once I'm finished with season 2. I'm trying not to rush through it and oversaturate myself is what it is. Like I always say, it's like rain in a desert. You'd think that the desert would be able to soak it up, but the ground's so dang dry that it just ends up not being able to drink all that water, and it just washes over, and that's how you get sudden floods. That's why they tell you watch out when you're in a desert and there's sudden rainfall. Pretty sure that happens in a lot of desert areas. I think... I'm not too familiar with Arizona's setup, but I think that happens in some of the deserts in Arizona, but I do know that happens in Utah. There's a lot of flash floods. So you gotta stay out of the valleys when rain is expected. That's always fun. Whee! Especially if there's rocks, where water isn't one of those things that can just be absorbed by rocks. I don't think the sandstone is particularly porous. Is it sandstone? I can't remember. It's been such a long time. God, I wish I became a geologist instead. That would have been so cool. I probably would have diverted to being a volcanologist and constantly picking up lava samples and studying them. I would have a blast. I would also probably have to constantly be told, please don't even think about eating the lava, because I'm pretty sure someone would be like taking my joke seriously about eating it. I don't think it'd be particularly tasty. I think it'd be a little too hot. Just a little bit too hot. Bleh. Posture check. Making sure that my spine doesn't turn into shrimp. Whew. I can feel that. Ow. I did a little poking around on some shelves. Found some old art supplies and I was like, ooh, brushes. I haven't used those at all. They're still in the packaging. That's how bad it is. I have an obscene amount of... Okay, not an obscene amount of art supplies. I have a reasonable amount of art supplies for a kid who liked drawing and stuff and was very much encouraged to draw. Which is good. It's a very good thing to be encouraged to draw. It's also good practice. Also, if you want to become a surgeon, I highly recommend taking a drawing class because it helps you learn how to have a steady and precise hand. I think that's recommended actually in medical school to take drawing classes for if you want to be a surgeon. Steady hands are important. Ow! Okay, this one I need a little bit of damage. Oh my goodness. It's funny, I say my day is busy, but I feel like I have done so much, but yet so little. Feels like that a lot, though. Yes. I'm getting thrown off by my broken stream information screen. I know darn well what the actual title is. Whee! Oh my goodness gracious. I have got the Yawn Fest, which is right on schedule actually. 10 minutes in, wow. Right on schedule. That's amazing. Actually. Huh. Down to a science almost. Well, might as well remark on my lawn care adventures. I did in fact overheat. I'm starting to wonder if part of my body is incapable of sweating, which really sucks if that's the case. And then, let's see. And of course, because of that, and the overheating, and the temperature rising, I ate 2 popsicles instead of just 1, so then I wouldn't die. Yep. Freeze Pops are the best. They are lifesavers. Absolute lifesaver. Ow. Well, aren't you just the cutest puppy on 4 paws? You are, aren't you? You're such a cute puppy. Ooh, 3,070. 3,000. Yes, 3,074. That's totally what the number is. It's not 30,000. We'll get to 3,000. Ow. Eventually. It's another non-divisible by 4 and 8. We got so spoiled with that. We got so spoiled with level 49 being divisible by 8 that it just kind of ruined it for me. I think it's divisible by 4 more than it. Wait, if it's divisible by 4, then it could be divisible by 8. Come here. Fight me. No, that can't be right. because that's 62. But, unless... 42? No. No, it's a divisible by 6 one again, I think. I'm getting a weird sense of what numbers the max, what the number X remaining is for divisibility, but we keep subtracting by 8, so... What indeed? The ability to play a game with one hand is unmatched, and it's for 2 reasons. One of them is the irrational reason that I might lose my hand at any point in my life, any second, and then the other one is to be able to pet my dog at the same time. That one's the more rational one for me. I don't actively work with dangerous machinery, so. Yes, you're such a cute puppy. Oh, she's a baby. Yes, you're just a baby, aren't you? You're just a sweet little puppy. Oh. What? She's a baby. There's a baby. Oh, that's where the other one went. Sorry, sweetheart. I had to pause from the pets, puppy. Okay, I can definitely just take these 2 out. I don't need damage. Okay, there we go. Got the Orbeez that I needed. You're so cute. Drum dog. Are you a drum dog? She's an attentive drum dog. She's listening for the call. She says, it's almost adventure time. Nothing like a little death to keep you on your toes, right? Let's not actually die, though. Oh, thank goodness there are no environmental hazards. Whee! Whee! Boop! Indeed. I don't think I actually need to take damage with these 2. Okay, I might now. It's a very strange strategy, I understand, but... I have kept up a steady pace, and the steady pace is making me stay sane. I could push like crazy for the grind. I could just as easily do that, but I also want to keep my sanity as I go through this. I don't want to get sick of it. That's why we have Thursdays as our break day. Not from streaming, just a break day from streaming this particular level grind. And I am very excited to continue with the Aqua story, even if I don't have the command roulette go crazy for me. I don't know how, but I think I managed to fix my controller. I don't know how. Of course, it could just, like, backfire on me later and kick my butt a little bit later. I do recall the first time that I'm thinking about this. It's in relation to Aqua and her story. I recall that when I first played through 0.2 in the 2.8 thing, I beat the entire thing in one day and was almost late to a thing with friends. That part I feel bad about. But I managed to beat it in like 4 hours. I wonder if I could go faster. Probably not. I don't know how I managed to beat the end boss in the first try, but I managed to. I do remember that. I remember managing to beat him on the first try. And then being very confused. But to be fair, I was also playing on Proud Mode, I think. Oh, which I think if I do... if I do any more playthroughs of Kingdom Hearts games, I'm just gonna stick with Proud Mode. I'm retiring from Critical Mode, I think, after this playthrough in my main file. No more Critical Mode for me, only Proud Mode. I'll be happy with that. Speaking of which, at some point, I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and try to beat up Xemnas, which is gonna suck. I'm gonna hate it. I'm scared. But then again, I was scared of Saïx, and eventually I figured out how to beat him. I could also just do another level grind there, but I don't want to get to level 99 before I beat Xemnas, because I want the level 99 trophy to hit on this file. Ow! And besides, I don't think I can make my HP go up any more than it already is. I just need to get good. My strategizing isn't exactly on par. And it is crippling me severely. Maybe doing a limit form and running a limit might give me iframes. I'll have to check if a limit form can be done in the final boss and if iframes will be given. Because if that's possible, that might save me. Or it just might hinder me. Who knows? I just tried to dodge roll just now. I can't dodge roll as Roxas. Roxas doesn't dodge roll. He does reversal! I can't remember, but I did say the other day I worked on the Ventus video, I think either tonight or more than likely tomorrow. Tomorrow day. I think tomorrow day I'll probably work on it again. One of the two. I have a feeling tonight I'm gonna write instead. I've been actually up for writing one of my more original works, and it's been going pretty good, so I'm like, I want to use this momentum while I still have it. Unfortunately, it's one of the stories that I like writing excessively late at night. I think I need to cough my lungs out again. Hold on. Yep, I was correct. Although it wasn't quite a cough my lungs out situation, so I'm grateful for that. Chat, would you like to hear something slightly gross but totally normal for humans? I'll give you like 5 seconds and then wait another 10 after the 5 seconds and then yeah. Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, this is not 5 seconds. Long story short, did you know that allergies can make you have the ability to shoot a snot rocket? I have discovered this in the course of my lawn mowing because I am allergic to the outside. Mildly. Okay, 10 seconds is probably past. Hi, welcome back to those who skipped ahead. It wasn't really that gross. It is perfectly acceptable to clear your nose. Long story short. You could also just use a Kleenex. Or a tissue, as they call it. It's a tissue. 1 second. Alrighty. I was able to resolve the thing. Oh, jeez, pain. I love it. No, I don't. I don't. Ah! Oh. Oh my god. Are we good? Yeah. So I'm like 20 minutes late. Jesus. 20 minutes late now. Yeah, it's June. You know what that means. Happy Pride to those who celebrate. Hell yeah. Get your rainbow gear out. Go to Pride parades. Attend drag brunch. Hold hands with your love. Come out if you want to. You can come out if you want to. You can... Anyway. I was doing a... is that a Safety Dance parody? I don't know. But yeah. Yeah. Happy Pride. I can't do an impression of a party sound. I apologize. And the kazoo is way too far for me to reach, unfortunately. I sound so unenthusiastic, but yeah. Gah! Also, shout out to the ladies who kicked off the first Pride. You know who they are. And if you don't, little baby case, I recommend learning your history. Look up Stonewall. It's important. You gotta know. The knowledge of history helps you from repeating the mistakes of the past. Or at least protects you. Keeps you aware. Knowledge power. Also, don't use AI to get your knowledge. Use properly sourced documents. Surprisingly, that actually, for once, includes the Wikipedia page, which is really funny because when I was growing up, the teachers were all like, don't cite Wikipedia. Well, the thing is, yeah, don't cite Wikipedia. You know what you should cite? The sources that Wikipedia cites. I said this before. Those little numbers that are throughout the articles, those are all the sources that the Wikipedia articles use to update those articles. They are the resource. So you tap on that little number, and then the little number corresponds to the source. Go to the source. That's what you want to cite. That's what you want to review. Wikipedia is strict. Also, it's a good starting point. It's a good starting point. If you happen to find your elders that you can talk to about historical events, obviously you're going to get their perspective from it. But if you can get their perspective like from being at the event, that is also an excellent idea. Oh, jeez Louise. Okay, I'm grabbing the bucket. That's not a bucket. That's not a bucket. You can't lean on a bucket. Trust me, I know, leaning on a bucket hurts like hell. I learned that at camp. Oh, I actually have a pretty good story. When I was a kid growing up, we had church camps. And one of the activities that we would do before church camp ever started is we would get 5-gallon buckets. Big old buckets with these lids that stay on. Like, these things are solid. They are next to impossible to open. And what we would do is we would make little cushions and glue or tape them, glue them to the top of the bucket of the lid. Because that was our camp seat, in a way. So that way we would always have a chair, and not only that, we could also hide our extra snacks, like, in there. And it would protect it from, like, squirrels, chipmunks, other wildlife. The bucket was actually a pretty cool means of ensuring that specific valuable items that we liked, such as food and snacks, were protected from wildlife. Which was great. Absolutely great. And it was a fun activity, not only because we would glue on the cushions on there so that we would have something of a comfortable seat to sit on, But we would also decorate our buckets. We would draw all over them, so then that way it was pretty clear whose bucket was whose. So there were always little cute references all over the buckets. I don't know if my bucket still exists. I think it's gone now, sadly. To be fair, I wouldn't have known where to put it. But all hail the bucket, which is something you would normally expect to hear in a Stanley Parable playthrough. That reminds me, one of these days, I need to... Obviously, that's going to be a little bit hard. Maybe if there's a day where I know I'm not going to stream on a Tuesday or something like that, I will, just before midnight, turn on Stanley Parable and run it for the entirety of a Tuesday. Because that is one of the achievements. The other one is Super Go Outside, which I'm not sure. Part of me is like, do I want to achieve that organically, or do I want to achieve that not organically? Part of me just says, just change the time on your PS4 and get it over with. And the other part of me says, but why not? Obviously, it would reset at the Tuesday thing, so... There's also the speedrun trophy that I still haven't gotten. I'll have to look up the speedrun one. It'd be nice if I got it by accident. But I don't know if I'm that lucky. It's not like that one time I got Ace Diver for Dream Drop Distance. I think. That reminds me, I think if I play through Dream Drop Distance on stream, instead of doing the file that I started a while ago, I'm just going to start a brand spanking new file and play it on maybe Proud mode. Just for my sanity. You know? I think it'd be nice to do that for my sanity. I wonder if people do relays of, like, relay speed runs of... Hang on, I'm trying not to die again. Of Dream Drop Distance, where you have one player solely play Sora's parts and then the other player plays Riku. And like the speedrun joke is try to see who can beat the section first. I wonder, can you beat Riku's section before you beat Sora's? That's a good question, actually. It probably is a no, actually. I'm gonna look it up. We're 30 minutes in, right on schedule for a Google search. Hell yeah. Sorry about that, Looper. Okay, can you finish Sora's story before Riku's KH Dream Drop Distance? Fuck off, AI. Oh. Holy shit, that's 13 years ago. Oh my god. It's 13 years ago. Oh my gosh. So you cannot finish the cutscene. That is so wild. God bless game FAQs. It's the best freaking forum. Holy shit, that's amazing. Well, now you know. Can't beat the game as Riku before you finish Sora's story.
He will automatically drop. I kind of want to try it. What do you think, chat? Do you think I should try it? I think I should try it. Hopefully I remember. Future me, remind yourself to try it. You're probably gonna forget because this is a level 99 stream, but I'm begging you to try. Because I think it'd be really funny. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm writing it down. I'm writing it down. This is too good. Oh my gosh, I forgot I had a redraw of... I was planning on doing a little bit of a aesthetic revamp of my stream screens because they feel kind of inconsistent. I do like the text that I currently have for like stream loading, switching games and stuff. It's just mainly the background that I'm not excited about, and maybe I want to fix the photo carousel as well that plays in the intro. Okay, so I'm gonna do a dashed line. It's kind of like a whack to-do list. Let's see. KH, train drop, distance. Try to complete Riku's story before Sora's. I think if I do that, I'm gonna try to do it. I think I'm gonna do it on standard so then I don't get my ass kicked as much. Because the point is to have fun, you know? That's the point. That's what I want to do. I know a lot of times with a lot of Kingdom Hearts streamers, there's a little bit of like, you know, trying to do prestige and trying to do things. I kind of want to have fun with this. I want to do some goofy shit with this. Because as of current, I am not in the, what one might call back in the 2000s, I do not have elite skills, as they call it. Which is just short for elite skills. God, elite speak. That's a throwback. Although nowadays a lot of people will see elite speak and assume that it's Homestuck related because of the typing quirks. Which typing quirks are basically, like, with Homestuck, those are basically just derivatives of elite speak. Like, if you combine all the typing quirks of each of the different trolls in Homestuck, why do I know so much about that damn thing? If you combine all of it, you can understand Leet Speak. Holy shit. The perks and pains of being old as hell. Actually, you know, if you don't want, oh wait, no, probably stupid language models will try to learn Leet Speak and it'll kill me inside. It's already probably succeeded in learning. That's depressing, actually. Heh. Oh, that's what I get for opening Tumblr. Thank you, Tumblr. Ow. Okay. Let me do a close. There we go. My phone is lagging to hell. That's okay. Let me get a drink real quick. Fascinating. Those are 4s, but you know what? I'm only playing the game with one hand right now because I'm trying to drink water, so honestly, I'm doing great. Because I am parched. I ate some really salty food just a bit ago. It was fries. And oh boy, does that make the wish for water even more strong. Too bad I don't have any cactus juice. Aw, you know... I might be TV episoded out today, though. Because I literally watched 2 episodes of Star Trek, and those are like 45 minutes each. I'm not joking. I checked. 45 minutes. Times 2. That's like... an hour and a half? Yeah, if I remember right, that's about an hour and a half. 'Cause why am I doubting my own math? I know how to add 15s. Jeez Louise. Yeah, it's an hour and a half of Star Trek. All in one go. But I should totally watch Avatar: The Last Airbender again. I have the DVDs. I can watch it. I can watch it whenever I want. Nothing is stopping me now. Ha 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 ha. Except for my own foolishness. That would definitely stop me. You know what? I got a better idea. Instead of working on a video tonight, because I know I'm going to be brain fried, and maybe I'll give myself... Oh, but if I give myself a break from writing, I won't do it. Basically, the idea I had... Oh, wait, I could do it tomorrow. I could try to work as much as I can on the video, and then work on the new stream layout backgrounds. It's mainly the backgrounds that I want to fix to make more coherent. I wonder how I want to do it. Every once in a while, I think about... Okay, I know several artists who could totally do the job, make it way more polished, but I still want to do my own personal graphics for now, just because of the current state of things. Basically, I'm doing this for free, pretty much. Yes, I could do the payout thing with Twitch, but considering that it seems to not be actually paid out unless I actually get affiliate, it ain't happening. Like, no thank you. Although I could technically use it to freely subscribe to other streamers that I used to regularly watch and then had to cancel the subscription, and I felt like, I was like, I guess I'm not watching anymore. To be fair, I didn't want to also get up in the early morning. Me and the streamer that usually streams, time is incompatible, unfortunately. That's the curse of time zones, ain't it? I'm sure some of the folks watching the VODs know exactly what we're talking about. Every once in a while I think, man, I wish I could do the late night streaming and stuff so that I'm actually up at the same time as most of the folks who watch, but at the same time I'm like, as of current, that is not within my reasonable scope in terms of living situation. It's just not possible right now. Technically it could be, but I would have to I would have to transfer into like an ASMR streamer. Actually no, I could talk pretty quietly. It wouldn't be that hard. I could talk like this, and it would be much softer, but still, you know, basically keeping people up late is not a good idea. I haven't been keeping track of any of the XP I'll stream, holy shit. I have no idea where we're at now. Hell yeah! 28,000. We were at 30,000 earlier, so we are pretty much on track. Ooh, 389. We're almost 4,000 in. Woohoo! I don't know what percentage that is, but I'm excited about it. We got so many levels to go. Oh my gosh. Because we're currently at level 50. We have approximately 49 levels to go. That's how many we have left. And of course, the gap between each is going to get bigger and bigger, as I always say. So, yeah. If my assumption is correct, the number of sessions seems to increase by 1. based on the amount of XP that I do. I wonder sometimes if on the days where I try to do half and halves, if I had just done a full run of the stream, even though it was like a little bit of a sanity crack, I think... Who knows? It's best not to linger on the past too long. It's good to learn from the past, but lingering on it too long is just going to make you drive you nuts. I know it drives me nuts, so I try not to do it too much. I'm working on it. As is everyone. As is everyone. I'm a little bit depressed about Destiny 2, which is really funny. I know not everybody's a big fan of it, but I used to love playing it even when I didn't have like online mode or anything like that. I was just free to play completely. I used to have a lot of fun just going on random places, perching up, and just like shooting enemies from a high ground point. It was a lot of fun for me. I liked it. But the game kept updating too frequently, and it would take up so much space that I couldn't play half of the games that I wanted. To be fair, I could also just uninstall some games, but I was like, at some point, it's just gonna turn into, this is my Destiny 2 console and nothing else. And I didn't want that. So I uninstalled it, because it was getting in my way. Eventually I will have to uninstall some games to get them out of my way. It will not be Kingdom Hearts though. Kingdom Hearts is never getting uninstalled because it doesn't take up as much space. I should play the games I've already installed, holy shit. And some of the ones that I've already started. Anything I've already installed is up on the docket. There's no official docket yet. I think I know where to put the official docket though. I'm gonna see if we have a spare extra whiteboard laying around, because there is a whiteboard somewhere in the house, but it's not no, it's not somewhere in the house. But basically there is a whiteboard, but it's in active use. I'm gonna see if there's one in the house that's not currently in active use. Stick it to my wall and use that as my little, like, stream schedule docket. That'd be kind of cute. It'll go right where the entirety of my 2022 run of Inktober is. I know it's like months away, but I am thinking about doing some variation of Inktober again. I don't know what I'll do though. I'm not sure yet. I think if I do Inktober in any form again, I will go by way of sticky notes, because I really liked doing that and it was a lot less of a stress on me. Because it was just a quick little sketch using pen. And it was a ton of fun. Even on the days where I was behind, I would do some of the little scribbles in the morning at work. You know, just office work things where you just do cute little drawings. I actually traced over one of my drawings for a different sticky note thing just because I wanted it there. Makes me happy. Oh my god. Good lord. Big yawns for me apparently. Good heavens. Where did the... There you are. I was gonna say, where did the other dusk go? I'm feeling productive. Also, I'm actually feeling more productive lately because I keep running out of hours on... Or, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'll do a quick check. This is actually super important, by the way. If you have a heavy addiction to any applications, might I suggest app timers. It is the best thing in the world. I'm not joking, by the way. App timers are the freaking best. I just double checked. I have a little less than an hour left on TikTok, and I set it for 3 hours, which means I've only spent about 2 hours and 3 minutes on TikTok. And because of that app timer, it's a very handy dandy thing, by the way, I have wasted way less time. I used to clock like 6 hours on there. It was like a job, basically. And I was wasting time on those stupid, unfinished Reddit stories. I still wasted a little time on those today, which really pissed me off, and then I got mad about it and was like, ugh. And then I wasted my time on some rage bait, and I was like, ugh, why am I wasting my time on these? Hi! Hello, darling! Hello! Hi, did you have a fun time? Did you get to have fun? I hope you got to have fun. You're such a sweet girl. Yes, you a good puppy. I'm sorry, hang on. Let me do a little bit of adjustment so then I can pet you. My dog has come to say hello, and I must oblige her request for attention and affection. It is the rule. If the puppy requests attention, you must give her attention. She's not a puppy. She's a big girl, but I call her a puppy, 'cause she's just a baby. You're just a baby. Yeah. Ah, the power of being able to control the console with one hand. I do actually... Oh, paper. The dusk turned into paper. Okay, cool. Good to know. It actually isn't a bad idea to learn how to adapt to just using one hand with a controller. Obviously, there are some games which just make it impossible to do that. Like, you might need to press, like, one of the triggers and one of the buttons to get something done. Can you three just do your thing? Thank you. But I think I have figured out a solid method. I'm using the palm joint of my pinky to move the left stick, which is the navigation, although it's changing constantly. Yes, I know, I'm here. And then I'm using the fingertips to do all the button pushing. It's a little demanding, but it can be done. I think there's an easier way to do it, I just haven't remembered it, even though I've done this plenty of times. It's good to learn how to adapt. I know there are specific controllers that are made to be used with one hand for folks that literally cannot play a game with one hand. This is as close as it gets for me. You're such a cutie! Okay, I'm gonna use two hand now. Okay, yep. The pup is satisfied with the attention she's gotten. That's what's important. That's what's important. Oh, we are definitely getting below 28,000 today. Woo! Ah! Got it. Ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum. What kind of universe? I'm internally brainstorming what I want to do for the background images of each of the screens. I'm brainstorming again. Well, I see that I have made some notes. I love how I was a little vague. One of them is making everything cohesive, which makes sense. That's not particularly vague. The other is subtle references to all my favorite games. And then there's a big old cat, all caps, or something that seems somewhat generic but also tailored to me and the persona, like kitty cat. I wonder... Oh, I'm kind of scared to do that, actually. I'm not too familiar... Oh. Oh, he's spinning. Oh, I missed! No! No! Betrayal! Oh, hi. Hello. You're so happy, aren't you? Did you have a fun time? Did you have a good adventure? Yes, you did? You did? You know what's funny is, one of the reasons family came by was to, deal with some old stuff, that they hadn't gotten around to dealing with yet until now. So there was like a big old purge of things. Like some stuff keeping and then some stuff just chuck it. And I am one of those sentimental beings, but thank goodness I'm not too sentimental on others' things. Oh! Snacks? For me? I'm just kidding. Have fun. They're not actually for me. Oh my goodness. Snacks? For the babies? Oh! There's excitement and joy in these puppies' eyes. Oh man. That's never gonna get old. I'm gonna keep riffing on that for a long time. For me? Oh, jeez. Classic. Where was I? I was saying something about... shit, I've already forgot. Damn it. I think it was something to do with screen choices and personas. Oh, yeah, no. It was because I was thinking about taking the... Because I have like a full illustration. Like, you know how the kitty cat face is in the corner on the UI there? I actually have like a full illustration that I think was on my old YouTube banner. I don't think it's on the YouTube banner now. Oh my god, I gotta update that too, actually. Holy shit, that thing is... I love that thing, but it's also kind of ugly. I want to make it work. I need to get some advice from some people who've made YouTube banners. Maybe I'll message somebody and be like, hey, can I get some advice on how you do YouTube banners so then it doesn't look like shit everywhere? Because the trick is not, like, it being still visible in the middle. I think that's the trick. I think that's the whole deal, is putting more of the content in the middle, so. But it would be worth asking. I know of a couple of folks that I'm pretty sure that I can ask without too much awkwardness. Maybe. I'm kind of scared, actually. Shoot, I have some IRL friends that I could totally ask about that. Lots of things to think about. That's how it always is, though. Because there's some days where I'm like, do I want to do this? Do I not want to do this? Most of the time, it's, I do want to do this. Oh, Frank! Bud. Oh, shit, 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 shit. Okay, problem solved. 1 second, chat. Hang on, my poor baby. Honey, did you accidentally knock your snack over there? I don't think it's there. There's nothing there, baby. See? There's nothing there. There's nothing there, baby. It's all gone, all gone. You already had it. The bit and piece, if you're talking about this extra piece that flew off, Frank ate it. He ate it. He just snatched it right up, no hesitation. Goodness sakes. You kids. Boop boop. Okay. We continue. Alright, let's get the wee woo to stop. Thank you. Okay, 1 second. I had to say some magic words so then the pups wouldn't hover. I love them to bits, but I don't want them to hover and think that I have anything extra for them. Oh dear. Wee. Nice. Wee. You know, there's a clock in my room. There's actually 2. I'm wondering if maybe... I was thinking about this last night because last night I was having a hell of a time trying to fall asleep because my brain was rapidly going through like 3 million thoughts, immediately dropping me into dreams, and so because of that I would wake up instantly. It was a mess. It was like constantly throwing me into REM sleep of like random scenarios. It was insane. And I'm thinking about this because I'm wondering if perhaps running the clock might not be a bad idea. I might try it. Let me check what batteries are needed once I take out these 3. Holy cow! No! No! Do not go near the door. I'm not attacking you near the door. I'm not going through there. You can't make me go through the door. Okay, now that I'm not doing that. Let me take a look. Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. Oh my god, why are you in here? Oh, thank goodness. It is not a rotten battery. It's just a dead battery. I can deal with dead battery. But a rotten battery? Oh my god. I hate when my batteries rot. It is the worst. Oh, good lord. I need to get more batteries. Shit. Okay. Well, screw me. I have to get more battery. All right. Let's see. Where are you? And how do I work this? Where is the negative side? So then I can make it tick. Holy shit, it still works. It's not ticking. Never mind, it is. The motor is moving. Okay. Let me do a quick examination of the time. And I will go from there. Okay, that's backwards. Okay, Aura. Okay, I gotta not do this wrong. Because if I do it wrong, it'll be 2 hours off. Because I've got this on military time. And I've got one device in a completely different time zone. So that's 8. Okay, I think I've got the time right. Now I just need to remount the clock. Ow! And there we go. I have a working clock. That's clock number 1. I haven't touched clock number 2. Chat, it sounds silly, but this is one of those things that you never really think about being a problem until later. By fixing my clock, I have essentially told myself it's time to move forward. I have reminded myself that time marches on. And this is a great way of ensuring that I recognize that. It'll also hopefully motivate me to do further modifications to my current state of my room. I have technically modified a good section of it. There are still some pieces in the room, like some room segments that I haven't modified. Like, for example, a while back, I redid the layout on top of my dresser so it could accommodate the CD player that I actively use. I made the rearrangements not only for my bed where I sleep, but like I reorientated the bed. This was a while ago. But I reorientated it so then it's not two sides against a wall. And then what else? I stole my nightstand and decided to not have my phone next to my nightstand and just have it be a bunch of useless stuff. Now, what was my nightstand, which is technically supposed to be a portable study desk, is now the desk for my desktop. That is now the active streaming device for whenever I play this game. So that's another thing. And then I also created the crafting corner, which I haven't crafted much from, but it's still there. There's some stuff piling on it. I will need to modify it. That is one of the segments I haven't modified yet. And then there's a fridge that has a separate freezer section, like it's actually a separate door. on top of it, there are a couple of things that I moved that used to be there that are now no longer there, and I'm glad that they are gone. And that is where the other clock comes in. The other clock used to be at my grandparents' house. It's one of those ones that has like one of those glass overlids, and I haven't decided yet whether or not I want to put it back together and have it run. The reason why is because I know that I do not like sound at night. Except, the more I think about it, I think by having some semblance of noise, it will help me not be too alone with my thoughts, because as we all know, I experience existential crises on the daily. I can be trusted to be alone with my thoughts, though. Don't worry about that. Oh hey, we're below 28,000, hell yeah. But long story short, a little bit of white noise, a little bit of quiet music goes a long, long way in helping my brain try to focus on that and not try to have racing thoughts while I'm trying to sleep. I do not have the patience to deal with that. Oh my god, the orb has not been on all day. Activating the orb. The beautiful orb. I should ask my friend if they need any sand for some crafting shenanigans. I'll ask them later. Oh, I should get little mini bottles and make... Oh, but maybe they should be plastic mini bottles, because if it's glass and I fall, it'll hurt. Decisions. That's an interesting resolution. Huh. I'm thinking about, currently I have a drawer that is essentially, like, you know how there's a junk drawer in a lot of kitchens? This might, I don't know if it's a everybody thing, but I know it's definitely a white people thing. There's always a junk drawer in a kitchen where there's just a bunch of random shit in there. Like chargers, playing cards, tokens from arcades, that type of thing. Just a whole array of things. And that is the current state of my former nightstand drawer. This used to be my nightstand, by the way, which is also now the craft corner and the holder of half of my games and DVD collection. The personal DVD collection, I might add. Very important distinction. That reminds me, I kind of want to... Okay, this is going to sound silly, but I kind of want to watch that one Magic School Bus episode where there's a lot of Star Trek and maybe a tiny bit of Star Wars references, just a lot of sci-fi references in an episode. I think it'd be pretty sick to watch it and see if I can spot how many references are in that episode. It'd be fun to look it up, but it'd be fun to also just watch it and think, okay, what are we referencing here? I'm betting since it's Magic School Bus and it was probably contemporaries with Next Generation, we're probably going to get a lot more references to the original series. I mean, we already got Lizard as Mr. Spock. I'm not joking, he has the hair and the Vulcan ears and everything, it's amazing. Fascinating indeed, actually. Wait. Oh, please tell me I didn't defrost some chicken and forget about it again. Oh, thank God I didn't. Okay, we're good. Life is good. We did not forget about defrosted chicken because there was none. That does beg the question, do I defrost some chicken? It's just gonna be paired with white rice. It's not even white rice either, it's jasmine rice. The good stuff. In a big old bag. And then I wash the rice. because I don't want to be cursed. Also, it's probably good for me anyway to wash the rice. Actually, it is good for me to wash the rice. Who am I kidding? Plus, it tastes better. Holy shit, it does. Tastes better, easier on the gut, just better. Just better overall. Saves me a lot of grief. Could fry up some chicken. I have resolved partially my problem with my microwave. The trick is, as soon as I turn it on, the second it loads and is functional, I press the button to set off at least 1 minute of cooking, and then I can cancel it at any time. I just have to do some quick mathematics in order to cancel it at the appropriate time. That's all. It's frankly the funniest thing I've ever done in my life. It's one of those things that you gotta do. Which I'm pretty sure a lot of folks are familiar with, the adapt to whatever bullshit in your life is, and yeah. 1 second. I had to send a message. It was very important. It might not seem important now, but it is important to me. Okay. I already took out these fellas. Let's go! Okay. I do think that there is a thing I need to take care of. Oh, God. You know what? I'm gonna leave you alone with the status screen, so then you cope with the existential horror of what we're gonna have to do to get to the end. By the way, 2,875,578. That's how many XP we have to get to, and we are currently at 390,220. We are 10,000 away from 400,000. Anyway, I apologize. I am going to be right back. I'm going to give you be right back screen, and yeah, it shouldn't take too long, hopefully. Fingers crossed. 1 second. Alright, told you it'd be a minute. I wasn't joking, by the way. I don't lie about it. Okay. Where were we? God, I don't remember. Whew. In short, some reshuffling is going to happen. And I know at least one thing that is gonna go bye-bye. Expired medication. I gotta figure out how to dispose of it. I'll make a call tomorrow and be like, hey, how do I dispose of this expired medication? Because I know damn well it's expired. I should actually examine what I currently have there. It's not for me, by the way, in case you're wondering. It's for my dog. Expired pet medication is something not to be trifled with. Okay, let's take a look at the collection. Okay, that's... Yeah, that is... Okay. That is... Yep, okay. Okay, similar thing. Similar thing? Are these all to do with the same thing? Oh, shit. Yeah, that might be, Damn. Wish I knew that was there. Okay, that is 2... Okay, 4 of these I'm like 100% yeah, there's no freaking way I'm using these again. The other 2 are questionable. I might just ask about them regardless. Okay. Well, now I know which 2 to ask her doggy doctor about. Because expiration dates are kind of important. I don't want to waste things, but I also don't want to give medication that works too well or not well enough. I know how that feels, unfortunately. I have an interesting story, which thankfully is not a bad thing. Relax, it was all prescribed. So I was, when I used to go sailing, I get motion sick. Very horrifically. And ginger ale and Dramamine do not work. Dramamine makes me feel way worse. So there are these things that often are referred to as seasick patches. They're these nice little patches that go right behind your ear. What you're supposed to do is you clean up the skin around that area, you stick the little patch on, it's like a little sticker behind the ear, and it's supposed to last for about 3 days. That's it. It basically releases the medication into the skin, keeps you from being nauseous and sick. It works great for 3.5 days. I have felt what happens when it expires. Not when it expires, basically when it runs out of medication. However, there was one year that we did not do the prescription because we still had some leftover ear patches. 1 second. We had these leftover ear patches and we're like, oh, it couldn't hurt. It'll be fine. Well, okay. One of us, not me, only wore one of the patches for a day, had some oddly differentiated pupils, and immediately removed the patch because that was a hell no moment. As for me, the patch is only supposed to last for 3 days. I kept that patch on throughout the entire trip. It was a week-long trip. So, in short, either I was fine, or that damn patch released strong enough medication to keep me through the entire week. So yeah, that is the reason why they tell you don't take expired medication. Try to turn it in. Either turn it in, get it disposed of. Don't give people expired medication because it can go one of 2 ways. The nicer way, depending on who you ask, is that it is less effective. The worst effect is if it becomes far more potent. You do not want your medication to become more potent than the dosage that you were originally given. Because it's just bad for your health. It's bad. There's a reason why there's specific dosages. There's a reason why oftentimes before certain medications you get a blood test. Because that's the signal for the doctors, okay, we're at these levels. This is the type of medication, this is how much this body in particular can take while still being active treatment. Those types of things, so yeah. If I'm right, and I know damn well I'm right. I am very damn right. I'm pretty sure that both the medications that I was looking at that are expired, they're expired by probably almost 2 years now. I'm sure of it. I do not think it is wise to keep them. So I think those I'm going to ask about disposal. I'll ask them tomorrow because I do have an appointment coming up anyway, so I'll ask them if they want me to bring that so then it can be disposed of properly. Just because I don't want to just chuck it in the garbage. You know? And I doubt they reuse medication bottles. I bet they just regularly use, like, medication. They just use fresh ones, but, like, you never know, sort of thing. It never hurts to ask. I'll have to call tomorrow, though. Pretty sure they're closed now. 99% sure. But yeah, I'll put that on my list of to-dos. I'm gonna be a busy gal tomorrow. Holy shit. Bum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-dum. But once I get rid of the old expired stuff, that's gonna clear up some space. What else? I should do some more crafting. I am kind of internally kicking myself because years ago one of those overhead cameras was only like $45 and now that's like $90 because electronics are expensive as fuck because of data centers and AI bullshit. God, I fucking hate AI. It's pissing me off every day. It's just a shit ton of misinformation. Google is a fucking cesspool now. It's just, oh god, it's so annoying. I feel like I now live in cognitive dissonance whenever I like a character that's supposed to be some form of artificial intelligence or something like that. Because I'm like, oh, not you. And it feels awkward. And then I remember the AI that people call AI is just those stupid learning language models that scrape and steal data from other folks for the profit of bastards in Silicon Valley. Totally different from a sentient being. Jeez. What a freaking whack world we live in. I hope that stupid AI bubble pops faster. It needs to pop. I will poke it with a needle myself to make it pop. Get that shit out of here. I hate it. It's ugly and lazy and often used to just lie to people. I want more organic human lies. That sounds really crazy and dumb out of context, but you gotta understand. I grew up when the internet was basically the Wild West. There weren't corporatized websites just yet. There might be a website describing a corporation and what they do and their mission and stuff, but it doesn't, like, live on the internet. Like, this was pre-Facebook era. There were lots of different websites. It wasn't just people going to the same 4 things. There was adventure. There was all sorts of weird, random stuff. You could find somebody's random school website. The rules of the internet. What else? That one evil overlord list and the original list along with the cell blocks B and C, or A, B, and C, I think, with the other additional rules of being an evil overlord. That one's just basically a joke on all the things that a lot of evil overlords do in fiction that do poorly. It's a really fun and entertaining list, by the way. Like, one of them is tailored uniforms, so then it's very obvious that when the heroes steal the uniforms of their security, that it's very clear that they stole it because it's ill-fitting. I think that's freaking sick. To be fair, there was technically a uniform standard in the original Star Wars. I think, did Leia say, are you a little short? Yeah, aren't you a little short to be a stormtrooper? She said that to Luke. Because, like, most stormtroopers are, I guess, are a certain height. That was kind of an indicator right there. Whee! It was kind of used in Star Wars, but it didn't execute well for them. Unfortunately for them, but not so unfortunately for our heroes. Hell yeah. Space Westerns. You know, now that I think about it, sci-fi is at its best when it takes inspiration from westerns. I'm just thinking about that. A lot of sci-fi action movies, they're great. They're fun. But the really good ones, the ones that really stick with you, they have a little bit of an element of westerns in them. I mean, shoot, that's where Star Wars comes from. It's essentially a space western. Or with space samurai. I can't remember if it's samurai movies that were based on westerns or westerns based on samurai movies. It's hard to say. There's a lot of back and forth cultural exchange there. It's really fascinating, by the way. I haven't looked too much into it, but I am aware of the cross culture thing going on. Oh, good God. But like a little bit of exploration, not just always solving problems with fists and weapons and everything like in an action film. Like it's a lot of fun, but managing to solve problems without action, being clever, doing roundabout stuff to get around things, that is where the magic happens. I mean, shoot, in essence, Star Trek is also a space western. They're exploring the new frontier, the final frontier, as it's often said. At least I haven't watched enough of the original series, but I've watched enough of TNG to be able to almost recite the entire intro. Space, the final frontier. That reminds me, I think someone managed to find a video. I think it was a commentary DVD or something like that. It was something, but Patrick Stewart and a few other cast members were talking about the intro. And they were talking about how Picard is the most British Frenchman ever. And they talked about how he was like, yeah, well, how about this? And then tried to do the intro with a French accent. And it just sent all of them bursting into laughter. This is one instance where I affectionately make fun of the French. It's kind of, I only make fun of the French out of mild affection because y'all are technically our siblings via the Revolutionary War and our initial beef with Britain and everything, so it's more of a sibling making fun of thing in terms of countries. Y'all are a sibling country who is more familiar with the ability of bullying politicians into submission. We haven't learned how to do that just yet. We're still figuring that out. But yeah. Basically, English words with a French accent do not go together. French with a French accent obviously goes together. But English with a French accent. It's not even that funny. Alto, please. Oh my god. Audition me for a random hyena in the next live action Lion King. Put me in the next live action Lion King voice for a hyena, and I'll just cackle in the background the entire time. Alto, please. Oh my god. I think I'm gonna cough up laughing. Hang on. That was totally worth it. Oh my god, that was really funny. God, I freaking love these leveling streams because I can talk about the most random bullshit ever and it just works. Whoa, holy shit, what's going on? Holy shit. Hang on, let me see it. Let me see it. Let me see it. Oh. Yeah, I received an important message. Oh, geez, that was a burp and a half. Ow. And guess what I gotta do? Reload the stream manager because babysitting my Twitch stream is my phone's job. Blah, 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 blah. I need to stop mocking my dogs, it's rude. Christ almighty. Girl, why are you yelling? ¿Qué estás? You know, maybe I should look up the word for yelling. Because I don't think talking is apt. My dear, please. I beg. Everybody yelling. Everybody mad, apparently. My child. Oh my god, I think I need to mute up. Holy shit. Jesus Christ. Hang on. Goodness sakes, everybody mad. It's fine. It's fine. Oh my god. I'm pushing buttons and I need to take damage. I still can't believe I spent like 3 minutes laughing at the French pronunciation of Enterprise. I can't spend another 2 minutes laughing at it. It's not even that funny. Oh hey, we're gonna hit below 26,000. Let's go. Let's do this. Come on. Bring it on. Bring it on, fellas. Alright. Boom. Boom. Yeah! Below 27,000. Hell yeah. Let's go. Getting ever so closer to less and less XP sessions to go. I have no remembrance of how many sessions. I did the math earlier. I'll have to do the math at the end of this session so that I know for sure though. Basically, if you want to know how many sessions each level is going to take the total amount of XP at the beginning or end, and then divide that by either 4,000 or 5,000. One of the two. And that is the general number of sessions or streams of level 99 streaming that you will get before before I hit the next level. If you just want to be here for all the level pops. It's always a good rule of thumb. Plus, it's also good math practice. You don't even need to do general math. You could just whip out a calculator or something like that. If you have access to internet, you have access to a calculator. Hopefully it's not broken. Just realized a lot of... Do computers still have calculators? Do phones still have calculators? Phone, you have a calculator, don't you? Of course I do. You often press on me instead of the calendar sometimes when you're trying to set up an event. Why, thank you, calculator. I didn't know you could talk. You're welcome. Okay, anyway. Jeez. Oh my god. Do I have enough water in this? Yeah, I do have enough water in this. Hell yeah. Let's go. Alright, perfect. Ow! Rude. Boom. Okay. Whee! And ow! Okay. That's cool. I think this is about a 4,000 or 5,000 session. I think. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm still figuring that out. I'm also still figuring out the post-stream shenanigans. I love how I'm thinking about whatever I'm gonna do next while I'm doing the current thing. To be fair though, I like to plan things. I like to know what I'm doing next, because then it gives me a baseline. Because if I don't know what to do next, sometimes I go and fall into waiting mode, or I just stare at my phone for ungodly numbers of hours, and it just does not help me whatsoever. It is completely unhelpful. I'm like, gosh dang it, this shit again. And then I forget about other ideas and plans that I'm thinking about doing, and then don't do any of them, and then I get mad at myself for not following through with anything. Yep. Good to know I'm very human. For better and for worse. Come on, fight me. I have been trucking through this. I love how when I'm in the 5-digit numbers, I completely forget about how many are left. I just don't care. All I'm thinking about is getting 8s. And even then, it's not like that really much of a care. It's more like a, oh good, I get an 8. Or I just like, oops, a 4? That's okay. I'll just get more damage the next time. So then I can get the 4. No, the 8. Oh my gosh. Alright, time for our daily, ooh, the sky is pretty today. The sky looks very smoothly brushed. It is absolutely gorgeous. We got some blues, we got some pale yellows, like some blue-grays, some pale yellows. I freaking love that. That is my I love that color combo. Holy crap. I'm trying to think of whether that color... No, it's a slightly different color combo in that one dress in... It's not She's the Man. That's a different Amanda Bynes movie. Shit, what was it? Damn it! What was the name of the... Frick! Computer, what is the one movie with, I think, Colin Firth in it? I don't have a computer to tell me that. You know what's weird and hilarious? I want to come up with my own, not necessarily language model, but a voice command database that uses like very actual like public stuff, public knowledge things. Like, for example, what movie had, like, for example, I would say, what movie had Amanda Bynes and Colin Firth in it? And then it would frickin' tell me, and I would remember, but I can't remember it. Gosh dang it, what is the frickin' movie's name? God dang it. Wait, second Google search of the stream. Let's go. Hopefully Google doesn't break on me, even though I know it will. It's not. It's What a Girl Wants. There we go. Jeez Louise. Oh, good lord. What's the word? There's a word on the tip of my brain. The tip of my brain? It's at the front of my language center, and I cannot remember. Not that. Shit. What is it? 1 second. Okay, I'm going with the word that I originally thought of. Alright, chat, I am back. Alright, let me rerun that so then it works. Okay. Let's do some damage here. I am so glad that I figured out my average on a stream day where, come on, brain, you know how to talk. I'm glad I figured out my average is 4,000 on a stream day where everything was chaotic as hell. I am so glad I figured that out, because that shows me, even on days where I get distracted multiple times, Including by, was it the day that I had a busted door? I think it was the day I had a busted, no, that was a different day. It might be the same day. I don't know. It was somewhere around that range. But either way, I'm glad that I figured it out on one of the chaotic days and not on one of my good days, because then it gives me a very reachable and attainable goal, which I'm pretty sure we have already attained. I'm pretty sure we hit the 4,000 mark a while ago, because we started about 30,000? No, 31,000 and something, and we're at 26,000 and something, so I'd say I'm pretty sure we hit the numbers. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna do a little time travel, chat. We're doing time travel. Okay, so that's 30,000. Alright, come on. Let's see where I'm at. Oh, right, it takes me a second. Okay. Come on. I love time travel. It's so good. Please, please, please. Okay, so we're at 30,450 something at the beginning of the stream. 30,000. And we are currently at 26,586. We have almost hit the 450 something. Yeah, we've almost hit the 4,000 mark. We're doing great. We are on schedule for 4,000 XP. We're doing so swell. That's great. Every once in a while I think about trying to do the maths for it, but at the same time I think it's better that I don't actively do the maths all the time, so then I don't get discouraged or push myself too crazy. Because I want to have fun doing this. I don't want it to just be just a grind, because I know this is a very long haul. It's a very difficult endeavor. I have been told many times by folks that this is something that they would not do, which is very, very understandable. I don't recommend this, in the slightest. This is one of the dumbest things I've ever done, just because it is taking up a lot of time. That is the main reason it's dumb. Also, it's a very high likelihood of costing me sanity. Lucky for me, I have built up a tolerance to this kind of insanity. I am familiar with this type of insanity. In fact, this is more tolerable than the insanity I have built up the tolerance with. This is very doable, because I still continually make progress. In the other instance, it's like digging in a gravel hill. You dig out some gravel, more gravel fills in the hole you just made. That's what it's like. Or you dig in sand, a hole in the sand, and more sand just falls in if it's dried out. We don't talk about damp or wet sand, that doesn't count. Damp or wet sand stays relatively static. I say relatively static because it's actually held together by the water. But dry sand, Trying to dig with that is just nightmare fuel. Just fills right back in. And this is not like that. This is like digging in solid dirt. You dig the hole, it stays, unless somebody actually purposely does something to change that. And I don't see anybody doing that, hopefully. I mean, shoot, I did almost lose that save file the other day, which is why I now have 2 save files that I saved to. I'm wondering if I should do 3. I just remembered way back on level 35 it was like, hey, at level 50 I should totally fight him again to see what happens, to do a test run. But now I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna push it to the end. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep going. The fact that the HP only increases not by level but by whatever section you're in, basically by milestones, is it's both a really balanced way but also nightmare fuel for playing on critical mode, because I'm only gonna have 60 HP. 60 HP is not enough. It never feels like enough. Like I said though, after this playthrough, and the one I'm already almost finished with, I am never playing Kingdom Hearts on the highest difficulty ever again. I love the games, but I want to have fun. I can give myself a challenge when I feel ready to give myself a challenge again. I want to enjoy my experience. That's what the multiple difficulties are for. Also, like I've noticed, standard mode and critical mode have very different patterns. Shoot, proud mode has very different patterns too. For Birth by Sleep, the boss patterns, they change. Like, there are some attacks the magic mirror does in beginner mode versus standard mode versus proud mode versus critical. Oh my gosh. I think Birth by Sleep is the one game that I've played at least one of the characters in every single mode. Because I'm pretty sure, yeah, I think I've played, at this point, standard mode was the last one that I hadn't played all the characters as. Because I played as all of them in proud mode. I've played as all of them in critical mode. I even did a beginner mode run, at least as Terra. And I think as, yeah, no, as Aqua and Ven too. Oh my gosh. Yeah, standard mode's the last one, and then I'll have played all three of them in every single mode. I have a lot of save files, okay? There are so many save files, it's not even funny. Or maybe it is funny. Actually, yeah, no, it's funny to me. Oh my gosh, I'm actively engaging in conversations. This is weird. It's weird for me, okay, chat? You gotta understand. I had fallen out of practice, and now I am actively conversing. Which is why I keep having to restart my stream manager. Which is fine. I don't mind, actually. I really like that. I like the fact that I am trying to engage and talk to people. Oh, that is a pretty sun. Ow, when it's not stabbing me in the eye. Hi, puppy. Hi. Are you a good dog? You're so adorable. Did you know that? New puppies. Dogs make me so happy. Oh my gosh. Man, that sun is so pretty. You know, the best kind of sunsets is the the best kind of sunsets are the ones where you can see the silhouette of the trees through the light, and it kind of makes a sort of sparkly effect. Or even better, when it casts shadows to the point where you can see the rays of the sun. That, ooh. That is amazing. I love that. Weird sky phenomena is one of my favorite things. It's one of the reasons why I was super interested in weather growing up. I love the way clouds looked. Like, for example, altostratus. It looks like blanket batting from older blankets. If you've never seen an old blanket with the blanket batting, at first it's like all smooth and everything's all connected, but over time it starts to bunch up in little sections, and that's what it looks like. It looks like altostratus clouds. It's one of my favorite cloud types. I have a favorite cloud type. Nice. I mean, shoot, technically speaking, I also had a favorite rock. Can't remember which one it was. Maybe it was the Moonstone. Do I still have that? I might still have that. Maybe I should look. I should check and see if I have the... Is it a Moonstone, though? I think I had the name of it taped on. Because I kept forgetting the names. Where are you? And I'm so sorry that I have not attended to you in a while. I hope that you're not gonna fall. But I know the better. Because the books are already leaning down. They're already leaning down. Holy shit, I have 5 boxes of rocks. I'm not joking, chat. You can hear them rattling. Do you hear that? That is the sound of years of accumulation. This isn't one of those all-at-once things. This is years upon years upon years of accumulation. Some of them were ones that were like a little rock of the month thing, and then every once in a while they send me a nice little box to put my rocks in. And then some of them I collected on my own. There it is, right off the bat. I knew it was a Moonstone. Hello. And it looks so pretty. Funny enough, I think one of the rocks that I collected is now part of my necklace. It was made with a copper colored wire wrapped around it, so that way it stays in place. Got some pyrite. I forgot the name of this one, but I remember I used to know it so well. Peacock pyrite, which is basically another way of saying it's very colorful. Got some river rocks, including one with this really sick band around it. They're really ooh, this one's nice, smooth. Got some gypsum, that's what it's called. Got this other one that looks like taffy. I forgot what this one. It's not a moss agate, but that's what my brain says. My brain says moss agate. I know it's not that. Wow, I forgot. I forgot what time was. That's okay. We can still look at rocks while I get beat up. We got some snowflake obsidian. Still lovely as ever. Got some stuff that is very crumbled. What is your name? Perlite. The perlite is crumbly as usual. Got this other one that has a really nice formation. Got some fuchsite. And ammonite, which is basically a fossilized thing. It even says where it's from. It was from Morocco. Got a mule ear abalone. Very shiny on the inside. Got a few big rocks, including multiple stacks of mica, because I freaking love that rock. Got some borax crystals and some shells. Got an obsidian arrowhead. Blue kyanite. Hello, you look so pretty. I love how I'm baby talking my rocks. And then, I bet this is howlite. It is. Oh, howlite, my beloved. You look so beautiful. I'm sorry, chat. I'm so distracted by my rocks. I think I said before, there was a time where I would have been a geologist. I think I said that earlier in the stream, but I've also said it in previous ones. Even more little shells. Got a Diane conch shell, a couple of rocks that I'm not sure if they're glass or colored. This is some Amazonite. I actually have 2 specimens of those. One of them is bigger than the other. And it's right next to a royal cloak shell. It's very pretty. I got this other rock that has very tiny little garnets in it. I think I got some mica in it. There's also another rock I have that also has mica on it, but it's in very interesting... I wouldn't say this is... Is this technically sedimentary rock since it's rock made up of multiple rocks? It's been such a long time, but I don't think it's metamorphic. I don't think this is metamorphic rock. Like I said, I used to be very, very knowledgeable about rocks, but my knowledge has been worn away. Oh, that's a piece of a geode if I've ever seen one. My knowledge has worn itself away, unfortunately. Such is the curse of no practice. That's why they make you practice every single school year the same old stuff. Is this magnetic? I bet this is magnetic. It's staying away from my computer. The computer that absorbs water if you lick it. That's not what it is. I believe that is a rock. I forgot its name. I used to know its name, but I don't remember it. Is that copper? Yeah, that's copper. Keep that safe. My precious, beautiful, gorgeous, lovely, amazing amethyst, which has mostly lighter color quartz and then gets more purpley towards the center. This pretty red colored rock that I don't remember its name. Oh, sandstone, my beloved. You look like a little scaled down section. What are you? You are a geode. One of those split your own geode ones, in fact. And you, I believe, are also a geode that I did not split. You are some fossils. Hi! Oh my gosh, I just baby talked a fossil. I love myself. It's great. I also know that the one I just looked at, the box that I just looked at, was the original box that I used to have. One, because the original box has a slightly busted lid, so it kind of falls off if I open it. And also because if it has the copper in it, it's the original. That's how I tell the difference. And then there's this other one that has a bunch of little old seeds in here. Some stuff that, some of these are just glass. Some of these are definitely colored glass. And some of these are polished to hell agates. That one looks more like a moss one. This one looks like quartz. That's colored glass. This one has a very pretty color, but I'm not sure if it's colored glass also. This one looks like it could be amethyst. Yeah. Another one. You look like melted glass. I adopted you for a reason, though. Oh my goodness gracious. I still have it! In case you're wondering, chat, I might take a picture of it. Hang on, let me get my hand. I'm gonna take a beautiful picture. Maybe. If it works. This lovely little thing. If I can get it. It does not look spectacular or remarkable. But it is, in fact, if I remember correctly, and if it is correct, this is actually a piece of volcanic rock. Yay. Also, I think I just found some very colorful granite that looks like cookies and cream chocolate. I remember they were specific models for eventual necklace making. That happened a while back. Not for me particularly. It was just to figure out the designs for a particular necklace. I can't believe I still have those. That's the impressive part. Well, I just learned a new type of pain existed, and that's terrifying. Alright, let's get these guys. I love how I got so distracted by rocks. I just spent like 5 minutes looking at my rock collection. Oh man, that's the life. That's the life right there, talking about my rock collection. I think I know of somebody that's a geologist. I probably can also meet a ton of geologists. I'm in an area where there are a lot of science folks. Chat, I have an idea. Let's get below 26,000. Let's finish strong. Get below 26,000. We only got 66 XP to go. Let's make it happen. We can make it happen. Easy. Easy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, good. The clock is still working. I think I can hear the electricity running, or it's the electricity of my headset that I'm hearing. Yeah, it's the electricity of my headset. Never mind, we're good. No! Damn it! 4. Okay, 84... 80 minus 4, that's... 76. Okay, we can do it. We can do it as long as we keep up the 8s for the rest of the run. $76. Okay, so 76 total from this run. If I can do it. Let's finish strong. We can do this. Perfect. Alright. As long as I don't get 3/4 out of these fellows, we're going to hit below 26,000 XP remaining until level 51. This is good. Look at that. 25,998. Essentially, effectively, 26,000 just because of shenanigans. But basically, that's about... on a really good day, 5.5 sessions. But on a crazy day, that would be 4,425. Wait, hold up. Get back here. About 20, 26, 26, 26 and 4, 26 and 4, okay, 24, 4, 4, 6, 7, damn it, 7. 7 sessions of 4,000, but it could be dialed down to 6. I just remembered I literally calculated this last stream. I legit calculated this, and I immediately was distraught and disheartened because it's between 6 and 7 sessions. That stupid meme is gonna drive me insane for years, but you know what? 9 plus 10 equals 21 also drove me insane. For anyone wondering, no, 9 plus 10 is not 21, it's a Vine joke. Anyway, now that I saved and everything, that is gonna do it for the stream tonight. I hope you all enjoyed this chaotic mess. If you want to continue following the journey, you can hit the subscribe button if you're on YouTube, or the follow button if you're on Twitch. I also have my socials, which are Twitter, Blue Sky, and Tumblr. They all 3 have the same username, at YellowFang42. You can follow me on those, not only for posts when I go live, but also other things, like occasionally posting about art. Or maybe, just maybe, I will remember to post about the volcanic rock, because it's really pretty and interesting, even though it looks like a little piece of crumbly chocolate or something. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you have a good rest of the morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Have a good one. Thank you so much for watching. Here's your end stream screen. Bye!